Recently, I had the pleasure of visiting Abeokuta with my children as tourists, and the experience was delightful. From the newly reopened Olumo Rock, we didn't get to climb because it was closed for cleaning. The number of visitors the reopening attracted was underestimated. To the Egba Museum, where we learned the history of the Egba people and met the chiefs. To the Kuti Heritage Museum, where the legacy of Mrs. Fumilayo Ransom Kuti and her family was preserved. The Olusegun Obasanjo Presidential Library, where we learned about the highs and lows of President Olusegun Obasanjo's life. The first church in Nigeria, the Adire Market, where we learned about the history of Adire and how it is made and the different types. And of course, we visited the famous Ofada spots, which happened to be the highlights of the trip for the children. This advocacy is not about the places themselves, but about the importance of preserving our histories and legacies and acknowledging the Ogun State government's intentionality when it comes to tourism. From fixing the road that leads from the train station to the city, to taking responsibility for the heritage site and building a whole tourism ecosystem around it that not just educates, but inspires in a fun way. Nigeria boasts incredible cultural, historical, and natural treasures, yet they remain largely untapped due to a lack of strategic investment and focused development. Tourism, when developed with a purpose, is a powerful engine for economic diversification and job creation. It creates opportunities for local artisans, tour guides, small business owners, and hospitality staff. It instills pride in our history and culture, not just for foreigners, but for Nigerians themselves. To other state governors, I urge you to look at the Ogun State's model and act. It is not enough to possess heritage sites. You must invest in building the infrastructure, creating the experiences, and fostering the ecosystem that make them accessible and appealing. It's time to address our fading sense of national identity and preserve our rich heritage.
You said they should look at the Ogun State model. Maybe we should rephrase that. Say just look at the Ogun State Olumo Rock model. Let's be clear.
So beyond the Olumo Rock model, yes. Beyond
that's what I'm saying. Ogun State has so many issues, right? But in terms of tourism, I mean, one of my best childhood memories was still in this Olumo Rock. So Olumo Rock has always been maintained, right? I can remember vividly, I was really small. You see all the hosts when they tell you the history of how people hid in during crisis and all that. So they've done it better. It's amazing. People or states need to, yes, copy Ogun State model when it comes to tourism and Olumo Rock and everything they're doing there and the structure or infrastructure that they're building around it. However, trust me, Ogun State.
Oh no, this advocacy is limited to the tourism.
Yeah, so that's why I'm just talking about that line to say that maybe just tweak it a bit.
Why are you facing her? Do you want to beat her?
Yeah, no,
I understand.
This is what we're talking about customer service. Don't make it about you. Don't take it personal, please.
I'm not taking it personal. I've just been waiting for her to finish.
So Ogun State is so amazing. Is that what you're saying?
No. I think you're missing the point when you say that.
No, I'm not missing the point. It's just a line. I said, no, when you say that, it now looks like they can just, there's a word you used, what was it you or Andy when he said, we can't let them off the hook just easily like that, right? When it comes to Ogun State, right? Olumo Rock, it's not just Olumo Rock, even the Obasanjo's library, there's a lot that happens there. I agree.
Tourism in Ogun State is the model I'm talking about, and that is the core of this advocacy.
Ogun State has been very.
So you don't want to get my own point. I got your points, but you don't want to get my point.
Please, let's get Elsie's point. Mr. Ogun State,
go ahead, Ogun State.
Can you let Elsie speak?
You know, it has finished now.
Have you finished?
Go ahead.
So, Zuma, thank you for the advocacy. And thank you for focusing
Ogun State Tourism Coordinator
on Ogun State. Because Ogun State has been very intentional over the last couple of years in really trying to boost the tourism industry, and it's not just Olumo Rock alone. You know, there's of course there's a whole lot.
What else? Give us something else.
The Egba Museum.
You know, she gave 3.
One of the biggest tourism events, for instance, in Ogun State today is the Ojude Oba.
And Foke made an advocacy on it. And then about the infrastructure issue that happened.
Yes.
This is what I'm saying. There's a lot of issues already.
Exactly, and we're solving those issues because you'll find out that one of the things that we raise about the infrastructure in terms of access. Now, the road. Okay, so there's the issue around the road leading from the rail from the train station has been done.
I'm glad because it was
It was
bad.
one of the things that we raised
bad,
at this
but
table.
nice.
Okay, so we're doing. There's a whole lot of infrastructure around boosting tourism in Ogun State, and I think that we need to give kudos to the governor, Dapo Biodun, as well. I want to say that we need to be very intentional in trying to ensure that we have many more heritage centers in Nigeria. Today, we only have 2 UNESCO heritage sites in Nigeria. The Osun-Osogbo Grove, fantastic. I was there a couple of weeks ago, and it was fantastic. I felt like, gosh, this is Nigeria, And then I think the Sukor landscape also. We need more heritage sites in Nigeria, and for the reason that if we can get that UNESCO kind of approval on it, it boosts tourism. It also boosts income and funding, towards those places. So I want to say that, governors should, because we've advocated it at this table many times about the glam economy, the tourist potential, the potential for it to increase our GDP and bring a lot of, economic employment and also boost, the economy of the state. And I think that taking the Ogun State model, copying the Ogun State model, as you have said, is the right direction to take.
I'm going to align with what I said earlier about labor. I think for me, it's the opportunities that this thing creates. That's more important to me. The fact that people within that community are able to have jobs and offer some kind of service to keep them engaged. And I think that's one of the biggest things that we have in Nigeria that we're not really taking advantage of yet. Every state has something unique. You go to Zaria, there's there's a couple of cultural things that are going on there. You go to Kano, you go to Enugu, you go to South, you go to my village. That's what we call the Wantam, where it's masquerade dance on top of the building, right?
Okay.
And people come from all over the world to come watch them, right? So I feel like once the state governors move their eye from this allocation that they make money from and really understand
or use the allocation well.
Or use the allocation well properly, we have everything. Nigeria is the most, I told Kate, Nigeria is the best place to live in the world. It's the best place to live because every other thing already works. The only thing that's not working for us is our governance. If we have that in place,
we have the perfect weather.
We have everything to make us wealthy, even within our shores, even within your small village. If
around
you really look at it properly, there's something. Opobo is literally in front of the ocean, but look at all the houses in front. It's trash. It's my place. I'm talking about it. It's trash. That could be something that people would fly all over the world. We're talking about an economy that is driven by remote work, which means you can work from anywhere in the world. That is a whole industry that is being bumped up that people are not even thinking about. That's my case.
Okay, for me, it's what you said about local businesses thriving, the artisans, tour guides, and I'm just looking back at my experience because I just came back from a cruise, if you all know. And I went to Jamaica. Like, there are less than 3 million people there, but they have their act together. Like, there's nothing really there. It's their rum they're selling and they're doing all sorts of fun activities, but it's a small, less than three
experience.
And the way they're so organized, as soon as we berthed at the port, the buses were there, with where you're going. Or if you don't want to go on any tour, you can just roam around. You saw me eating their beans and rice, and it's like, but why can't we not? And even to my state, Cross River State, I wish and I pray we get back our glory of
the
Obudu Cattle Ranch. The carnival. I used to have people calling me from Germany, like, we're coming for. Now it's lackluster.
They're busy aligning with the
Yes, the carnival.
It wasn't as good.
We have so many tourist sites, so many. The Kwa Falls, it is, please, there's so much money in this thing. If only we'll just make it right. And then now the flights have even reduced. Before we used to have flights going there every time. So please let's do more for ourselves. We have so much around us in Nigeria, so much.
Learning is a product of observing, deducing, and implementing. In other words, see and do.
In which case, we not only need more eyes on the ground, but to make use of what eyes we already have, right?